if you think of the course of human life, no one is perfect, right? And it's very tough each day to wake up and live a good life. It's tough to be mistake-free.
The unthinkable happened at Elimination Chamber 2025, when John Cena turned to the dark side for the first time in over 2 decades and sold his soul to The Rock. Kids were crying, the internet was in chaos, fans were losing their minds, and many are calling it the biggest heel turn in wrestling history since Hogan joining the NWO. But now, the real story begins. How will WWE book this heel run? How do they ensure it doesn't flop like Stone Cold's heel run after WrestleMania 17? And how do they execute this without damaging the legacy Cena has built over 2 decades? Well, as someone who's been a WWE fan for 20 years and grew up idolizing Cena, I took it upon myself to answer all these questions and book Cena's entire heel run, from his road to WrestleMania all the way to his retirement. Cena makes his first appearance since his shocking heel turn on the March 17th episode of WWE Raw, but Cena doesn't come alone. The Rock makes his entrance first and goes on a whole spiel about how Cody chose the hard way, and now Cody will face the consequences because The Rock has found someone who's much more deserving than Cody could ever be. The lights go off, we get a spotlight on the ramp, and finally Cena makes his first entrance as a heel in over 2 decades. Gone is his iconic theme, replaced by a darker theme. Gone are the jorts, replaced by a darker attire. This is no longer the John Cena we knew, and it is quite evident after Cena tells Stu, the cameraman, to get out of his way before shoving the camera. Cena is met with a chorus of boos as he enters the ring and takes the mic. The Rock proceeds to smirk and address the fans, saying Cena did what was best for him and what's best for business. After 20 years of giving everything for the fans, Cena finally realized that they were never truly loyal to him. He understood that the fans could never give him what the final boss can give him. The Rock proceeds to say, "But you don't have to take my word for it. Let's hear it from the man himself." Cena takes the mic. He holds it to his lips, and just like he did at Elimination Chamber, instead of saying a word, he drops the mic. The crowd erupts in boos as Cena and Rock are about to leave the ring. But out comes none other than Cody Rhodes. Cody is fuming. He's wasting no time on his entrance, and he's making a beeline to the ring. But just as he's about to enter the ring, he's stopped by security. The final boss has struck once again, and it's announced that if Cody lays a hand on Cena before WrestleMania, he will be stripped of the title. Cody is raging, and even after the warning, Cody tries to enter the ring, only to be dragged out by security. Cody takes out a few of the guards, but is eventually escorted to the back as the crowd keeps booing. Raw comes back from commercial break, and we get a look at Cody Rhodes being escorted out of the building as Cena looks on inside the ring with a stoic demeanor. But just as Cena is about to leave the ring, he is interrupted once again, but this time it is R-Truth. Truth comes down to the ring as Cena and The Rock look on. Truth grabs a mic and asks Cena what happened. What happened to his childhood hero? What happened to the guy who never gave up? Truth says he still knows that deep down Cena is still the good guy, that it's still not too late to make things right. Cena looks at Truth, looks at The Rock, then looks at the fans, and for a moment it feels like Cena is considering Truth's words. Truth says that things can still be fixed and goes in to hug Cena, only for Cena to kick him in the nuts and hit him with a devastating clothesline. And this is where we see the first glimpse of Cena's new 5 moves of doom. Gone are the shoulder tackles, the spinning side slam, the 5-knuckle shuffle. Instead, Cena levels Truth with 2 vicious clotheslines and drops him with a powerbomb that'd make Batista proud. Then, Cena raises his hands as if he's gonna do the iconic "you can't see me," but instead, he brushes off the fans and strikes Truth with a jumping knee straight to the heart as Truth is down on the mat. Cena then picks Truth up and hits him with an emphatic AA as the boos rain down on him while The Rock looks on in approval. Cena continues this brooding demeanor throughout the road to WrestleMania. Cena and Rock continue to abuse their power and brutalize Cody in backstage segments, with The Rock going as far to insult Cody's mom and wife Brandy as Cody is restrained. The Rock has no filters, he is pure evil in his actions. But Cena? He is more of a cold winter soldier who just executes orders and remains still somewhat human. Cena continues this silence throughout the road to Mania without explaining his actions until the final Raw before WrestleMania. Cena addresses the WWE Universe for the first time since his heel turn and says that he tried to do things the right way. He tried to be the hero like always, but after losing at Royal Rumble, he knew that wasn't going to be enough. The fans were too busy chanting "Yeet" and doing goofy dances. After giving 2 decades to the business, Cena saw that the fans could never give him what The Rock could promise. Cena says that the fans didn't know what was best for them and what was best for business. Because what's best for business is him winning the 17th world title and being the face of the WWE. So it's better for Cody to stay down at Mania or he will put him down. This ruthless version of Cena completely destroys Cody at Mania 41 in a beatdown similar to Brock vs. Cena from SummerSlam 2014. Every time Cody tries to rally, he is either stopped by an onslaught from Cena or some outside shenanigans by The Rock. After 3 consecutive AAs, Cena pins Cody in the center of the ring and finally wins number 17. But it doesn't stop there. The Rock hands Cena brass knuckles and tells him to finish Cody for good. The Rock reminds Cena that the fans chose Cody over him and they forgot all his sacrifices. This pushes Cena over the edge, and together Cena and Rock completely destroy Cody in front of his family with brass knuckles, chairs, and steel steps as WrestleMania 41 comes to a controversial end. The next night on Raw, Cena opens the show to a chorus of boos similar to Roman Reigns after Mania 33. There are chants of "Cena sucks," "You sold out," and every insult you can imagine. Cena keeps a stoic demeanor, and just as the boos subside a bit, Cena says 4 simple words, "The champ is here," before dropping the mic and leaving the ring. Also during the show, it is revealed that Cody Rhodes will be out of action for an indefinite period due to the injuries suffered at the hands of Rock and Cena at Mania. As a result, a #1 contender battle royal is booked to determine Cena's challenger for Backlash in Mexico, which is won by none other than Rey Mysterio. Rey promises to win the WWE title in front of his friends and family in Mexico. In the weeks leading to Backlash, The Rock tells Cena that he wants to see Cena prove that the WWE title means more to him than anything. He wants Cena to show that he is hungry and that the final boss made the right choice by making him the champion. He wants Cena to bring out the ruthless aggression. And Cena delivers on the order because what we see at Backlash is a ruthless side of Cena we haven't seen in years. Cena completely dominates the match from bell to bell. The fans are stunned in silence as Cena makes Rey pass out to the STF in the center of the ring to retain the title. But it doesn't stop there. Cena keeps the STF locked in on an already unconscious Rey Mysterio. As Rey's wife in the front row is crying, Alia is crying, and the fans are horrified. Rey's wife tries to jump the barricade, but is held back by security. Alia is losing her mind at ringside, but Cena won't let go. Cena keeps the STF locked in on an unconscious Rey Mysterio, while looking Rey's wife straight in the eye, showing the ruthless aggression The Rock wanted. The scene is so vicious, it gets so uncomfortable, that it makes Dominic Mysterio, Rey's wayward son, who had turned his back on his father, come down to the ring with a kendo stick to rescue his father. Cena gets out of the ring and leaves with the WWE title as Backlash comes to an end with Dom and family watching Rey get carried out on a stretcher. Raw kicks off next week with footage of Dom arriving in the arena, only to be ambushed in the parking lot by John Cena. Cena unleashes a savage beatdown on Dom, throwing him against the glass window before dragging his lifeless body to the ring. Cena warns Dom to never stick his nose in his business again, as he grabs the brass knuckles from ringside and stalks Dom, looking to put him next to his father Rey in the hospital. But then CM Punk comes out and goes toe-to-toe with Cena. Punk knocks the brass knuckles out of Cena's hands, and both men exchange blows in the middle of the ring. The fight spills to the ringside as officials rush to separate the two men. Cena is escorted to the back by the officials, and Punk grabs a mic and heads to the ramp before sitting cross-legged, similar to his iconic pipe bomb promo. Punk says that 14 years ago, he changed the industry sitting right at this place, and he's about to do it once again tonight. Punk goes off on a whole tirade about how he always knew Cena was nothing more than a corporate puppet, and that after having dealt with every clown who stood in his way from Seth Rollins to Logan Paul, Punk is finally cashing in his favor. He had Paul Heyman pull a few strings backstage, and Punk's win over Logan Paul at Backlash has given him the right to challenge John Cena for the WWE title at Money in the Bank. The match is made official with The Rock adding the stipulation that if Punk loses, he will be transferred to SmackDown. As expected, the build to the match is nuclear. You get Cena and Punk going off on each other in promo wars. Cena says that Punk will never be on his level, and that the reason he never main evented Mania is because he never had the star power and has done nothing for the business except for crying and complaining on the mic. Punk fires back, saying when he was gone for 10 years, fans were still chanting his name, something they won't be doing once Cena is gone. Punk says he's always been better than Cena, be it on the mic or in the ring, and that this version of Cena can never beat Punk without stooping to some underhanded tactics. Their match is equally epic, 14 years from their historic clash at the same pay-per-view. Finishers are being spammed, finishers are being stolen, the crowd is electric, and it's an instant classic. Towards the ending of the match, Cena goes for the AA, but Punk escapes and hits him with the roundhouse kick. Cena is out in the center of the ring, Punk is on the ropes, and then bam! The Rock out of nowhere smacks Punk in the back with the weight belt. Cena gets up oblivious to what just happened and proceeds to lock in the STF and make Punk pass out in the middle of the ring to retain the title. The Rock enters the ring and raises Cena's hands, and that's when Cena realizes what just happened. After looking at the footage of the ending on the Tron, Cena storms out of the ring, leaving Rock alone in confusion as the show goes off the air. During this time, The Rock has been building up his stable and adding more members to the mix, like Drew McIntyre, who The Rock helped win the Intercontinental title from an already exhausted Braun Breaker, and Jacob Fatu, who attacked Roman Reigns and put him on the shelf following The Rock's orders. Now with Punk banished to SmackDown, the next night on Raw, Rock calls out Cena and asks him what was all that about last night at Money in the Bank. Cena says that The Rock thinks Cena doesn't have the violent aggression in him, that he can't win on his own, and that's what bothers him. The Rock says he trusts Cena, but Cena still hasn't found his violent edge, that he still hasn't tapped into that ruthless aggression that made him a 17-time champion. But he'll get the chance to do that at SummerSlam, because The Rock is willing to put his blood on the line. That's why at SummerSlam, Cena will face Jey Uso for the WWE title. The segment ends with Rock asking Cena that the final boss is ready to sacrifice his blood, but is Cena ready to prove his loyalty? After coming up short against Gunther and failing once again at Backlash, this is Jey's last chance to prove he belongs in the main event scene. The build to this feud sees Jey vowing to restore the honor of his bloodline and right the wrongs of The Rock, while The Rock says that Jey is the biggest mistake of the bloodline and he'll never be able to live up to the legacy of The Rock. On the final Raw before SummerSlam, Jey cuts a promo and says, "If there's one man who should understand fighting for your family, it's you, John. You always told people to never give up, but now you've given up on yourself." At SummerSlam, Jey puts on a performance of a lifetime, kicking out of multiple AAs and putting it all on the line. The crowd is electric. They're yeeting all over the place, and Jey gives it his all. He's slapping Cena, spitting in his face, disrespecting his legacy, and leaving it all in the ring against Cena. But it's still not enough, as Cena pins Jey clean after hitting him with an AA from the top rope. But the show doesn't end there. Right after Cena gets the win, The Rock's music hits, and Rock tells Cena that now it's time to prove himself and end Jey permanently. Cena goes outside and clears the announce table before hitting Jey with a vicious AA through the announce table. Thinking the job is done, Cena picks up his title and heads up the ramp, but The Rock stops him once again. Rock tells Cena that Jey is still moving, which means the job is not yet done. Rock orders Cena to get back and finish Jey once and for all. Jey's lifeless body crawls to the steel steps as The Rock orders Cena to grab another set of steel steps to crush Jey's skull and end his career. Cena picks up the steps and is about to strike, but something in the front row catches his eyes. Cena's eyes lock with a young kid in the audience, sporting the classic Never Give Up merch, who is about to watch his hero become a monster. Cena hesitates for a moment before throwing the steps away and refusing to follow orders. This is the first time we've seen Cena so conflicted since his heel turn at Elimination Chamber. The Rock berates Cena and tries to intimidate him. Cena hesitates at first but picks up the steps once again and is about to crush Jey's skull. But then, Cody Rhodes is back. Cody makes his first appearance since WrestleMania and goes straight after The Rock. The fans are going crazy as Cody unloads on Rock with punches, he ducks a clothesline and lays out Rock with the crossroads as SummerSlam 2025 ends with Cena and Cody face-to-face in the middle of the ring with Cena holding the WWE title in Cody's face. Rock and Cena come out the next night to address the events of last night, but before they can speak, they're interrupted by Cody Rhodes. Cody says that there's nothing else that needs to be said, he wants his title back and he's coming for it. Rock says not so easy, Tiger, because Cody needs to realize that when you mess with the final boss, you pay the price. Rock announces that Cody has been traded to SmackDown as the crowd erupts in anger. Irate, Cody storms to the ring to get his revenge, but once again in a scene similar to the Road to Mania, he is held back by security as The Rock gloats in the ring. But this time, Cody is not alone. Roman Reigns, who made his return at SummerSlam defeating Jacob Fatu, helps Cody fight the security. Both men fight their way through the security, and a massive brawl breaks out with Cody and Reigns going against Rock and Cena. Cody and Reigns manage to clean house and stand tall as this is the first time since forming their alliance that The Rock and John Cena are forced to retreat. The following week, The Rock asks Cena to deal with Roman Reigns and finish the tribal chief once and for all at Bad Blood. Cena says he will. He will make sure Roman Reigns isn't a problem ever again, but only if The Rock makes it a Hell in a Cell match and promises to let Cena handle business his way. The match is made official. The build to the match sees Cena and Reigns exchange verbal jabs on the mic, with Reigns blasting Cena for turning his back on the same fans who propelled him to the top, only to become Dwayne's bitch. Cena fires back, saying the only reason Reigns ever became relevant is because Cena got bored and went to film movies. But at Bad Blood, Cena will right the wrong when he sends Reigns into obscurity once and for all and back into the mid-card where he belongs. There are brawls, there are beatdowns leading into the match, with the final Raw before Bad Blood ending with Roman getting the upper hand on both Rock and Cena, laying them both out with spears and holding the WWE title up. The match at Bad Blood is equally vicious, with Cena and Reigns destroying each other. There's chairs, tables, fire extinguishers, thumbtacks, and it's an all-out war. Cena hits Reigns with 3 consecutive AAs, but it's still not enough to keep the tribal chief down. Towards the end of the match, in a scene similar to SummerSlam, Cena picks up the steel steps and is about to crush Reigns' skull just like he was about to do to Jey Uso. But once again, just like SummerSlam, Cena's eyes meet with a kid in the front row who is about to watch his hero become a monster. Cena hesitates for a moment, and this momentary hesitation allows Reigns to move out of the way and spear Cena through the cell. Both men are down, and that's when The Rock's music hits. The final boss drags Reigns into the ring and smacks him around with the weight belt. But just as he is about to finish him, Cena comes in and takes the weight belt away. Cena reminds Rock that he promised to not interfere in the match and let Cena handle it. The Rock nods and hands Cena a pair of brass knuckles to let him finish the job. But this exchange allows Reigns to get back up and nail both Cena and Rock with the spear. Reigns stalks Cena and is about to finish him, but is once again derailed by Jacob Fatu. This allows Cena, who is still unaware of the interference, to hit Reigns with one last AA and retain the title. The next night on Raw, Cena calls out The Rock to confront him about not keeping his end of the bargain at Bad Blood. But instead of The Rock, Cena is interrupted by a familiar face. Randy Orton makes his way to the ring as Cena looks confused by the interruption. Randy grabs a mic and the legendary rivals stand face to face as the crowd erupts with chants of "This is awesome" and "One more match" as the nostalgia washes over the arena. Randy proceeds to say that this is not the John Cena he knows. This isn't the John Cena that refused to quit even after Orton handcuffed and tortured him. This isn't the Cena that refused to stay down and defeated him in the Iron Man match. Who is this? Randy proceeds to dig deeper and says that deep down, Cena knows he made the wrong choice and it's still eating him up. That's why he hesitates to pull the trigger every time he sees a kid in Never Give Up merch looking at their former hero betraying them. Cena refuses to answer Orton and simply shoves him out of the way before heading to the back. Orton says that if he can't talk sense into Cena's head, maybe he'll need to kick some sense into Cena's skull. A fatal 4-way #1 contenders match is set up later in the night, which Orton ends up winning to earn himself a WWE title shot at Crown Jewel. The match is billed as the final chapter in the Orton and Cena story. Orton challenges Cena to bring the real Cena that fought him for years instead of this corporate Cena, because if this corporate Cena shows up to Crown Jewel, Orton will simply eat him alive. Leading to the match, we get more insight into the psyche of Cena, as he becomes more and more conflicted with Orton's words weighing on him, and Cena is forced to confront his past once again. The match itself is full of nostalgia, with both men countering every move, having known each other for years. The end of the match sees Cena dodge a punt kick and reverse it into an STF to make Orton pass out and retain the WWE title. After the match, both men are exhausted, and Cena waits for Orton to get back to his feet, seemingly for a handshake to show respect for his longtime rival. But then, the final boss is back and he storms to the ring. Rock hands Cena a pair of brass knuckles once again and signals him to finish the legend of the Legend Killer. Cena shows hesitation but reluctantly puts the brass knuckles on. The Rock keeps shouting at Cena to show them why you are John Cena. Show them why you are the champion. Looks like Cena is about to strike. But then, on the SmackDown side, Cody has been slowly rebuilding himself, collecting wins over the likes of Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and Jacob Fatu. Cody has also won the Crown Jewel tournament, which gives him a shot at a world title of his choice. Cody comes to the rescue of Orton, and together, Cody and Orton clean house and stand tall. Cody grabs the mic and lets Cena know that he is coming for his title as Crown Jewel goes off air. The match is made official for Survivor Series. Going into the match, the focus shifts more on the psyche of John Cena. The hero who sold his soul for the 17th title, only to realize how hollow it is without the support of the fans, without the connection. Cody cuts promos going into the match that at Survivor Series he wants to face the real John Cena, the man who carried WWE for over a decade, and not some corporate bootlicker. The Rock, on the other hand, reminds Cena that Survivor Series is where we end Cody once and for all and cement Cena as the one true face of the WWE. The final boss claims Survivor Series will be the rebirth of the Empire when Cena ends Cody and Rock ends Roman Reigns, and then there's nobody who can stop them. Dubbed as the biggest Survivor Series ever, the event features Team Rock versus Team Roman Reigns inside War Games, along with Cena versus Cody for the WWE title as the main event. To kick off the show, Team Rock gets the win over Team Reigns after Rollins turns on Reigns and allows The Rock to get the pin over the Tribal Chief. And then, it's main event time. Cena, Cody, Part 2. On his way to the ring, Cena is shown talking to The Rock, who tells him to finish Cody forever. Another person Cena runs into backstage in Gorilla is Randy Orton, who locks eyes with Cena for a few seconds before walking away. The match starts, and the crowd is firmly behind Cody. In similar fashion to their Mania match, Cena takes the advantage early on, but this time, Cody won't stay down so easy. Cody has rebuilt himself. He has learned from his mistakes. Cody fights back, and the match is down to the wire. Finishers are being traded. Cody hits Cena with the crossroads, but the ref goes down. The Rock's henchmen come out to attack Cody, but they're quickly leveled by the Usos and Randy Orton. Usos take out Jacob Fatu. Drew and Owens take out the Usos. Orton takes down Drew and Owens with 2 RKOs. And then, out comes the final boss. The Rock strikes down Orton with the rock bottom in front of Cena and hands Cena the brass knuckles. Cena has a choice to make. He can either finish Orton with the knuckles, or he can destroy Cody and retain his title. But instead, he throws the brass knuckles away and tells The Rock he's going to do it his way as the crowd cheers. The Rock slaps Cena and tells him that he does what the final boss tells him to as the crowd boos. Rock goes to slap Cena again, but this time Cena catches his wrist and nails him with the AA as the fans erupt in cheers. Drew and Owens get back in the ring and try to interfere, but Orton and Cena work together to fend them off. The match is now reset, and in the end, Cody escapes the AA to hit Cena with not 1, not 2, but 3 crossroads to once again become the WWE champion. Just as the ref is about to hand over the title to Cody, Cena snatches it from the ref. Cena looks at the title and hands it over to Cody himself before walking to the back after exchanging one final glance with Orton. This sets up Cena's final match versus The Rock at the next pay-per-view titled The Final Stand. The Rock vows to erase Cena from WWE history once and for all, and cuts scathing promos throughout the build mocking Cena and calling him a failure, both in and out of the ring. Cena doesn't appear live for the build. Instead, we get a video package of Cena training at the Performance Center and a montage of his career with Cena's voiceover. Cena says that somewhere along the lines, he lost his way. The man who was supposed to never give up gave in. But a true hero isn't one who doesn't fall, but it's the one who picks himself back up. Cena says that he knows his actions can never be forgiven. He can never be their hero again. But he asks the C Nation to stand with him one last time. All I can do is ask, Cena says. At the pay-per-view, Cena brings back his iconic theme song, brings back the jorts, and one final time, we get the OG C Nation leader in action. Cena gives it his all in the match, reminding everyone why he was the face of WWE for so long. But, towards the end of the match, thanks to some outside shenanigans, The Rock defeats Cena in his final match and goes on to feud with Cody for the title at WrestleMania 42. As for Cena, the next night on Raw is John Cena's final appearance. The entire show is a celebration and tribute to the historic career of Cena with video packages throughout the show, and even wrestlers paying tribute in their matches by using Cena's signature moves. The final segment of the show sees Cena address the WWE Universe one last time. He apologizes to the fans for letting them down, thanks them for riding with him one last time, and leaves his hat and wristband in the ring. Cena's final run sees him embrace his vicious and ruthless side, only to once again realize how hollow the victory is, without the fans beside him. Towards the end of his run, Cena goes on a redemption arc and once again embraces his superhero side, while also realizing that some things can never be undone. The show ends with the WWE roster coming out on the stage to show their respect to the C Nation leader, with Orton and Cena sharing a hug. It's a bittersweet moment for the WWE Universe, as they witness the career of one of the most popular superstars in history come to an end with chants of Cena ringing throughout the arena. Grown men are crying, kids are watching the legend ride off into the sunset. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I would book John Cena's final run.